In the previous sessions, we have gone through the function modules, how to create a function module and how to call the function module in the program. So in this session, we'll start work on ALV reports. What is the full form of ALV? ABAP list
ABAP
viewer.
list view.
Okay. So what is the use of this ABAP list viewer or ALV reports? This is to okay. So ALV is a ABAP list viewer report. This is to represent the data in report format, right? And the output contains some predefined functions like sort, filter, import. So we can download the ALV report data into a file, or we can aggregate the data, or we can see totals of the value. So all these functionalities, predefined functionalities, are available in ALV reports. There are two types of ALV reports. They are function module based, procedural oriented approach. Here we use function modules to display the ALV reports. There are different types of ALV reports. The first one is list display. Second one is grid display. Third one is blocked ALV. Fourth one is hierarchical ALV. So how each ALV function module is different. That is, the first function module reuse ALV list display. It will generate a plain output without any grid, without any scrolls, horizontal or vertical scrolls. But still we have a options like sort, filter and everything, but display is little different. The second ALV, that is grid display. By using grid display, we can display the data in grid format. Okay. The other ALV, blocked ALV. What is the use of blocked ALV? Blocked ALV used to display two outputs, two different outputs in the same output screen. Okay. What is the use of blocked ALV? This is to display the multiple outputs in the same output screen. For example, if you have two internal tables data, internal table 1 and internal table 2. Now I need to display both internal tables data in a separate output, but in the same screen, output screen. So in that scenario, what can I use? What is the ALV that is suitable? Blocked
Blocked
ALV.
ALV.
Next one is hierarchical ALV. What is the use of hierarchical ALV? It displays tree-like display. For example, parent and child. Parent record and a corresponding child record. Next record is parent record and corresponding child record. It will display like that in the hierarchical ALV. Okay, clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, locked ALV to display multiple outputs.
Interactive ALVs, sir. Hierarchical ALVs.
Interactive ALVs are different. Okay, so hierarchical ALVs, it will display the record, header record, and the corresponding item records. Okay, interactive ALV is different.
That is also screen by screen. So that's why.
Which one?
Interactive also, when I am clicking one field, it enters the next output screen. So
Correct, but here we are not clicking anything. It will display some default
okay,
output like this. If you see this, it will display like this, header data and corresponding item data. Okay,
okay, sir, okay, sir.
so it will have plus symbol for each header record. When you click on plus symbol, it will show the corresponding items. Okay, yeah, this is the perfect example. This is the hierarchical ALV display. This is the header record. When you click on plus symbol, it will show the corresponding items of the purchase order. Okay, if you want this kind of display, you need to use a hierarchical ALV. Okay, clear?
Okay, sir. Clear, sir.
Interactive ALV is different. Okay, so these are the function modules. But let's say we have some data in an internal table, and if you need to display that data as output, so how to design the output data and how to apply some properties on that output fields. So to apply the formatting options on the fields, we have a option called field catalog. So what is field catalog? So field catalog contains, so by using field catalog, we can define the properties of the field which is displaying in the output. For example, column positions. What is the column that should display in the first position? What is the column that should display in the second position? What is the column that should be displayed in the third position? So we can change that or alter that position using which option? Field catalog option. Also, we can display the header text, right? And also we can make it bold or we can change the color of the field. So all these properties By using field catalog, we can achieve. Okay, clear? When you are using a standard structure or DDIC structure or DDIC table, field catalog is optional, but we can use if you want to customize the output fields. But when you have a data dictionary structure with reference to the final internal table, you can use that structure instead of field catalog. Okay, if you don't have a structure, final output structure, then we need to build a field catalog. So to build field catalog or to use the ALV reports,
In field catalog, or we can perform any conditions like that, sir.
what kind of conditions?
For example, above 500, net price above 500, some color is mandatory, so like that.
Yes, we can apply those conditions in field catalog. So to use ALV reports, what is the type group we need to use? SLIS is the type group. What is a type group? What is a type group? Type group contains reusable type declarations. What are the type declarations? Nothing but type structures. Types begin off, end off, right? So where you can find a type group?
Structure table.
C11. Here we have type group. Open SLIS. SLIS is a type group. Display. Let me log into the server again. Not this one. Give me a minute. There is a network issue. Okay. So display the type group. So what you can see here?
So share the screen.
Types. Okay. So what can you see in the type group? Data dictionary, display the type groups list. What you can see here? Types. Types begin of, end of. All of them are type structures, right? Do you guys created the type structures?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
We have created, right? So to reuse the type structure in different programs, we can use a type group. We can place all those type groups in a, sorry, all those type structures in a type group, and we can reuse these type groups whenever required instead of creating the type structure again and again in different programs. Okay. So what is a type structure content? Type group contains
Type structures.
reusable type
Type
structures.
structures.
To add these type structures to the program, to use them in the program, what we need to do? We need to use a type group name in the program. How to include that in the program? We need to use type hyphen pools. For example, slice is a type structure. Okay, slice is a type structure. Like this, we need to add to the program so that we can reuse all the type structures available in this type group. You don't need to define the type structure, just define corresponding work area and internal table by using this type structure. Okay. For example, if you observe, this type structure contains many fields, right? So if you
Yes,
have
sir.
same requirement in different program, you don't need to create this type structure again and again. Just place this type structure in a type group and use that type structure in the different program. And you don't need to create the type structure. Just create work area and internal table with reference to this type structure name. Okay. Also observe, all the type structure names are starting with the type group name. That is mandatory. If you want to add this type structures to the type group, what is mandatory? All type structures name should start with the type group name. Okay. Now let's create a program. Or yesterday we have created a program, right, for sales order data report. Shall we convert that output into ALV?
Yes,
Let's
sir.
test this first. So this is the normal output, CL demo output, right? CL demo output screen. Let's try convert this into ALV output. For that, what is mandatory? What is the prerequisite to use
Type
ALV
group.
reports? Type group. What is the type group for ALV? SLIS.
Please,
SLIS is the type group for ALV
type group.
related type structures. Okay. Next. So this is business logic. We don't need to do anything. These are all common. Only we are going to deal with the output. I'm going to remove or comment CL demo output. Instead of this, what is the output I am going to use? ALV output. First, let's see how list display will be generate the output. What is the function module for list display?
We list.
I'll just try to find the existing function module. Reuse underscore ALV underscore list display. Where is it?
Fourth one, sir.
This one.
Or
We
it's
use
block.
ALV list display. Select this function module. Continue. So here we have a lot of parameters. All of them are optional. All of them are optional. So what you need to pass here in table, T underscore out tab. What is this? The actual data which you need to display. This one. The final internal table data. What you need to display in the output. Okay. In the tables T out tab. And what are the other details you need to pass? Enable the exporting. Callback program. Callback program nothing but the program name which is calling the ALV. Pass sy underscore rep id. What is sy underscore rep id? What is this system variable for?
report title.
It contains the current program name. Okay. It contains SYREP ID contains current program name. Okay. What is the other options? We need to pass field catalog. Field catalog to format the output or to customize the output. What is the alternative for field catalog? We can use the structure name. If we have data dictionary structure or table which is defined with reference to this final internal table. Do we have a structure for this final internal table or we have type structure?
Yes, tab.
If we have type structure, we cannot use. We should build the field catalog. What is the type of this final? Okay, we have a data dictionary structure, right? For that, zdemo s underscore sales, I think. Pass the structure name here. Structure or table, you can pass here. This is table type. Inside this, you have a line type, right? You have to pass that line type or table name. Whatever the structure name or table name you are passing here should be this internal table should be referring to same structure or the table, whatever you are passing here. Okay, clear? This final internal table should be referring to the structure or the table what you are passing here. You should make sure that. I'm deleting all the other details. I'll keep only field catalog. I'm deleting all the other optional details. Enable the exceptions. Always make sure to pass the structure name or table name in capital letters, not in the small letters. Okay, pretty printer. Here we don't have option to customize the output, to customize the ALV output, like changing the column position, changing the text, like adding colors or highlighting one field. Those options are not available because we are not using field catalog, right? We are just using data dictionary structure. Let's see how this will display the output. So in projects, if someone asks you to create a report, you should use a ALV report. Okay. So these are functional module based ALV reports. We have object oriented ALV reports also. OOALV, which is advanced than function module based ALV. First, we have to work on function module based ALVs. Then we have to complete the class methods concept in object oriented. Then we'll go into object oriented ALV. Okay. Now activate this program. We have more flexibility in object oriented ALV in terms of customizing the display or in terms of handling additional functionalities.
Sir, if we are writing any local structure, then how we need to consider, sir?
Sorry, what is it? If you are
If you are defining a structure type in the program, like local
type structure,
structure.
yeah, that's what. Then you need to use field catalog. The structure name is not going to be, we cannot use the structure name. In that case, we have to build the field catalog and we have to pass that field catalog here. I'll show you. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So first, observe the basic ALV, how it will work. Execute, pass the input. This is the ALV output. List display. Okay. Clear? So here you have options like sort, ascending, descending, filter, sum, spreadsheet, download to spreadsheet. This is to import it to a local file. You can download this data into one text file. This is to send email. You can send email, like you can send this output as email to the recipients. Okay. You have all these options here in ALV display, right? For example, if you want to sum up this value, select this column and apply sum. This is the total value, right? Clear? If you want to filter, if you want to filter the data, you can apply, select the column, select this and filter the data. You can see only values available in the output here. You can select one of them and filter the data, right? Even some also automatically changed, depends on the filter values. If you want to remove the filter, select it here, delete filter. These are all options available in ALV display. This is list display. Can you tell me from where these descriptions are coming from? List headings, field headings, sold to, item, material, target quantity, net value. We are not doing anything, right, to display these text headings. Are we populating this text heading somewhere?
No, sir.
No, right? But
No,
from where
sir.
these are coming from? How these are automatically generating these headings?
Function.
Go to the structure, what we are passing here. First, let's take VBLN. Double click on the data element. Go to field
Script.
labels. This is the text which is displaying as a heading. Okay. Short, medium, long. Clear? So that's why we need to maintain the field labels. If we don't maintain the field labels, heading will be blank. Okay. Clear? Now let's try grid display. Same process. What is the function module for grid display?
Reuse underscore
Go to
ALV
pattern,
grid
ALV underscore grid display. Instead of list display, we use
grid.
grid.
ALV underscore display.
Parameters are almost same. Okay. Callback program. I'll remove all these unnecessary parameters. Callback program. sy hyphen repid. That is program name. It will contains, and I'll pass the structure name.
Sir, list display and also grid display, both the structures are same, sir.
Huh. Structure. See, what is the structure? The structure we created for final internal table. That is
Table.
GT sales data, right?
Yes.
So instead of list display, we are using grid display.
Grid.
Data is same, output data is same, that is available in GT sales data. What is the type of GT underscore sales data? This one,
MOS.
ZMO sales. The same structure we are using here. Whatever the structure we use it to define this internal table, ZT sales data. Clear?
Okay.
Enable the exceptions. Let's check how I'm not using importing. I'll remove this. Now let's check how this grid display will work. See, only visualization will be different. Please observe between list display and grid display. There is no difference in business logic. Only output display will be different. This is grid display. Okay. You can expand the columns if you want in grid display. If I expand, it will automatically display medium description or long description. Depends on the length of this column. Right? If you decrease it, it will display short description, sold to. If you expand it, it will display medium. If you still expand it, it will display large description, right? Sales document item. This is L. Short description, medium description, and large description. Okay. Depends on the length, it will automatically adjust the description. From where this description is coming from?
Field label of
Field
data.
labels. Okay. Field label of the corresponding data element. Here also you have all the options you can use, but uh, display is little different here. You can expand or you can decrease the width and length. Okay, clear? But it is displaying the output in the same order how we created the structure, right? If you want to customize this order, for example, if you want to keep the sales document number after this one, sales document, so you can drag and drop. Obviously, you can drag and drop. You can drag this column to here. But if you want to maintain in a different order by default, what is the option we have? Field catalog.
Field
We need to
catalog.
use field catalog. So this is list display and grid display. Now, most of the times we use a grid display. Okay. Now let's apply the field catalog. Now let's apply the field catalog. Before applying the field catalog, what we need? We need to define internal table and work area for field catalog structure. Where you can find the type of that field catalog structure in SLIS type group. Go to type group. You can see a type structure for field catalog. This one. Field catalog main. Field catalog main one. This one. SLIS field catalog main. Or this one also you can use. SLIS field catalog ALV to define field catalog work area and internal table. Go back. Define one work area and internal table. Standard table of this one. Okay. How can you know that type? You can also check here in the function module, ALV function module. Go to import. Where is it? Field catalog. Here. Yes, slis t underscore field catalog underscore ALV. What is this? T.
Type.
I can observe that this is a type table type.
Table type.
Table type, that means it is an internal table like structure. You can find a line type for this. What is a line type? This one. That is structure. This is table type. Okay. Now, if you are using table type, you don't need to use type standard table of. Okay. But I am using line type here. That's why I am not using that. Now, before displaying the ALV, what is the prerequisite? Let's
Type.
assume we don't have a structure for this. We need to build the field catalog. How to build the field catalog? Like this. Populate the. So what are the fields available in field catalog? Go to this list. This is field catalog structure. What are the fields available? Column position,
Row position.
field name. Here we need to pass the name of the field, technical field name, column position, and table name, currency, quantity, key. Is it a key column or not? If you pass X, if you observe this, character 1, type character 1 with this. For this kind of columns, you need to pass X value equal to X, then it will set as a key column. Checkbox. If you set X for checkbox for that field will display as a checkbox. Okay. Symbol. You need to pass the symbol. This one. Selection text. Long, medium, small. To customize the selection text. To bypass the text which is coming from field labels. What you need to use? These fields. You can add your own text here. Okay. Copy these fields. Go to the program. First thing is populate the work area. What is the work area name? Field catalog and the important fields. Field name equal to, what is the first field? Uh, VBELN,
Sales
right?
document.
VBELN in single quotes. Let me open other session to copy the properties, field properties available in SLIS. Field name, column position. In which position I want to display this? I will display this in first position. For that, I'll give column position
Equal to 1.
equal to 1 or 0, 1. Next, what are the other properties available? Is it a key column? Is it a key column? Yes, it is a key column. I'll display it as a key column. What is the type of this field? Char 1.
Car.
That means we have to pass X equal to X. Or the alternative is abap underscore true. This means X. Abap underscore false means blank. Okay. The alternative is you can pass like this X. Okay. You can also pass like this X. Instead of X, you can pass abap underscore true. For blank, abap underscore false. If you don't want to set that property, pass the blank value using abap underscore false. Next, I want to change the description. How to change? Short. I'll pass the text like SO M L Sales doc. Sales document. So there are many more properties. There are many more properties. Depends on the requirement. We are going to apply all those properties. Okay. Now I've applied all the mandatory properties. What is mandatory here? Field name is mandatory and it should be in capital letters. And the column position, text, key, and these are all optional. Now, what is the next step? Append W underscore
Field
field
cat.
catalog to internal
I
table
field cat
and
clock.
clear work area.
Yes.
Why we need to clear the work area? Because
By
we should
duplicates.
not because of duplicates. We should not apply the properties of the this field to next field.
Yes, sir.
Okay. For example, if I am not clearing it, let's assume we are not clearing that first field. Then copy this as it is. What is the next field I want to display? I will display item data as a second field in the output. What is that field name? Sales order
Personal.
item.
Personal. Oh
Posner in
yes.
capital letters. Column position is 2. But I don't want to make it as a key field. Commented that. Changing the description. Now, check the syntax. Let me delete this. Let's pass these fields to the field catalog. I think we have deleted that importing parameter. You can call that again or just go and copy this. What is this? IT field cat. Instead of this, paste here. Or you can call the function module again. The best practice is call the function module again. Pass the field catalog internal table to this. Okay. Pass the field catalog internal table to the field catalog importing parameter. Activate. I populated only 2 fields, right? I populated only 2
Yes.
fields.
Yes, sir.
Let's check how it will display the output. So it displays only 2 fields. Okay. But
Yes, sir.
both are displaying as key columns. Have you guys observed?
Yes, sir. Because of not clearing first step.
Because we are passing key here for the first field and we are not clearing that work area. Let me keep a breakpoint. Okay, now populate the field catalog fields. Populating key as X, abap underscore true means X. Populated the value and appended that record to the internal table, right? Now,
Yes.
what we are doing?
Second.
We are populating properties of the second field. Now, I'm not clearing the work area. All the previous values are already available in the work area. Now, passing the field name. It's overwritten with new field. Column position also overwritten. Selection text also overwritten. Medium text also overwritten. But what about the key?
It's also.
We are not passing the key here, right?
Yes,
That's
sir.
why it did not overwritten. The previous value is there. Then that key properties are going to apply for all the next fields also, right?
Yes, sir.
For that reason, we should clear the work area
Okay.
after appending it. Now we have to build field catalog for rest of the fields. For example, in the third position, I will display material, Matner,
Material.
okay. What are the other fields in the structure? Output structure, final output structure. Whatever the fields you want to display, you can add here. That doesn't mean that you need to add all the fields. If you don't want to display some fields in the output, you don't need to add them in the field catalog. If you want to skip some fields, okay. Want to display customer in the fourth position. Some ID. Then I'll display price. It's in fifth position. Usually medium and long descriptions will be
Different.
different, but here I'm using the same. I'll also display the unit. What is the field for unit? WAERK.
W.
I'll make it as a sixth. Okay. So I want to display only these fields, even though there are many other fields in the final internal table. I don't want to display all of them. Okay. So I build field catalog only for these fields. Now let me call the function module again so that you will be clear. So I build the field catalog. Now go to pattern, go and call the ALV grid function module. So enable the exporting parameters. Here we need to pass the program name.
Yes, I repeat. Rep ID.
Enable this, and I don't need all of these. Now I need
Field
only
field catalog.
field catalog. I'll remove all of these till tables. If you want them, you can add it later. Now in the field catalog importing parameter, what you need to pass?
IT field catalog.
Yeah, not in the single quotes. Don't use single quotes. Now here, the internal table which contains the data. Okay, which contains the data, and this internal table should contains all the fields which we defined in the field catalog. Okay,
Okay, sir.
so enable the exceptions.
Spell mistake, sir.
Okay.
FIELD.
But how does it work before?
We are checking not to enter clear. Photo right clear.
Okay, now. Okay, here there is a typo. Okay. Now activate the program. So this is to populate the field catalog. This is the output. Okay. Now these descriptions are coming from field labels or field catalog.
Field catalog.
These are coming from field catalog. Okay. If you expand this, it will display short description, medium description, and long description. Okay. Like this. Clear? For example, there is one option called checkbox, right, in field catalog. Let's try to add one field as checkbox. Let me make it which one? Let's make this as checkbox. What is the field name? Checkbox, right? Checkbox equal to abap underscore true. Means we are setting that as a checkbox. Let's check how it will work. Execute. See if it is displaying as checkbox. Okay, clear?
Yes.
So there are many more options. We have to practice from the basics. Okay. So going forward, whenever we need to create a report, are you going to use CL demo output or ALV reports? Which one we need to use to display the output?
ALV report.
ALV reports. Okay. CL demo output we just used as of now just to display the sample output. But actual output we should display in ALV
ALV.
reports. We have a lot of advanced options. We'll see one by one. Okay. Is there
Yes,
any
sir.
change in business logic? Is there any dependency on business logic with ALV reports?
No,
No, right?
sir.
These are independent. Like we just designed a output display using ALV report. We did not change any business logic, right?
Yes, sir.
Till you populate the data to final internal table, that is there is no dependency on the ALV report. Once you populated the data to final internal table, then we design this ALV output to display that data, to represent that data in the ALV report format. Okay.
Yes, sir. Sir, for every one number in SLIS type, we should refer to X, sir.
Not for everyone. See, for example, if you see it key,
Yes, sir.
if you
For
go to
key
SLIS,
checkbox.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah, I got your question. Yes, yes.
Yes,
For
sir.
symbol one, yes,
Yes,
ABAP
sir.
true. Checkbox ABAP true. Okay.
Just. Yes, sir.
But there are very few columns which we need to pass different values, but most of them we should pass X. Here you can see. If you see this, no out. This is a field. What they are saying? They have provided the hint.
Link.
0 for some
Link.
blig,
Link.
X for no output. Okay,
Yes, sir.
like that. Here if you see DDIC text, what is it is expecting? S for short, M for medium or middle, L for long,
Long.
right?
Yes, sir.
But if you don't find any such kind of hints, it is X. Okay. If you take this justification, I think right, left, center. Let's try this. JUST justification, like formatting. R for right, L for left, C for center.
Alignment like
Yes,
alignment.
alignment. Yes.
I see.
Let's first check the existing output. Let's try to align this item, sales order item in center. What we need to pass here for center?
Apart center
C.
C right left.
That's what, right? They have provided.
Yes, sorry. Center
And
S
enable
C.
this. Check the syntax. Displaying in center,
Okay.
right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay,
So
sir.
you can adjust the alignment like that. So like that, we have different options. We have to go by each option. Okay.
Okay, sir. From all the fields we in field catalog, we should design based on our requirement.
Yes, based on your requirement. Yes.
Okay, sir.
We have emphasize. Emphasize nothing but it will display the text in bold.
Okay,
It
okay,
is
sir.
very similar to key, but little different. Okay.
Okay, sir.
This one, emphasize.
Yes, sir.
Let's see, emphasize. Let's emphasize the material. ABAP true.
If it's true, it will execute.
It will set that property, emphasize property if it is true.
Okay,
This
sir.
is emphasize. Okay.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
Like that, depends on the requirement. We are going to add that corresponding property.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
So you guys have to create one report, purchase order report. See, there is no dependency on the inputs. You can use select options, parameters, you can use joins for all entries, whatever you use, build the final internal table and display that final internal table data in the ALV output. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So in the next session, blocked ALV and hierarchical ALV, they are not priority ones for now. Okay. We'll see that later. We'll concentrate on grid display and displaying data in the grid display. Okay. We'll discuss blocked ALV and hierarchical ALV in miscellaneous concepts. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Because I never get a chance to create hierarchical ALV till now. There is no such requirement for me. Okay.
Okay, sir.
And we are going to create that in a miscellaneous topics. Okay.
Okay, sir.
And once we completed this basic ALV, then we have to work on interactive ALV. What is interactive ALV? Nothing but so it is displaying one ALV output, right? Now, when I click on this sales document number, it should automatically take me. If I click on any specific sales document number, it should automatically take me to that corresponding transaction code. What is the transaction code for sales orders? VA01 is to create, VA02 is to change, VA03 is to display the sales order. /o VA03. So this is the transaction code to display the sales order. When I double click on this, it should open that corresponding sales orders in VA02 or VA03 so that the user can change it if there is any changes required. So this is the sales order transaction code. When I double click on this, it should automatically take me to this transaction code. When I click on back, it should take me to the ALV report. That is one kind of requirement. The other kind of requirement, when I click on, for example, let's say I click on material data, then it should display one more ALV report. By taking material number as input, it should generate one more ALV report with some data. some advanced data than this basic data, right? Like that, I can navigate up to 20 levels of ALVs. Okay, that's what interactive ALV displaying next level data, advanced data, drill down. Okay, so in the next session, we are going to see that interactive ALV and other options.
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
But you have to practice calling the ALV function modules and building the field catalog. Okay.
Okay, sir.